In this section, I'm going to be giving you a basic overview of the pull-down menus featured at the top of Rhino. In the File menu, mainly what you're going to be using and what I'd like to focus on is import and export. Now, importing will allow you to import many different file types, and then exporting is what's going to happen when you've got a piece that you've finished with and you'd like to export it as a specific type of 3D file. And as you can see, of course, there are many choices. File also, of course, has our save commands, our new, open, exit. Recent files are going to be down here. The Edit pull-down menu has a couple things I'd like to focus on. Standard edit commands include undo and redo multiple. Of course, cut, copy, paste, delete, that sort of thing. Now down here, though, select objects will allow us to select, if we have a very complicated scene, select things by specific criteria, such as surfaces, curves, or by layer or object name. Control points. This features a lot of interesting options. Edit weight, kink, knots. What these are doing is basically changing curves or shapes by adding control points in a certain fashion. Adding a kink or a knot will create bumps in your shape or knot-like inconsistencies in your curve. Select control points brings up a whole nother section. U and V are the two directions which 3D programs use to think about 3D objects. U and V coordinates are how objects are also textured. Probably wouldn't worry too much about this stuff here, but selecting control points by connected points, this tool here is extremely useful. Sometimes you'll have a very complex shape with a lot of points. It'll be very difficult to see what you're doing or where anything is. Now also, we have our group and ungroup tool, blocks, which we're not really going to be bothered with, and layers. Layers is very important. We're going to be talking about that a little later. Join, explode, trim, split. These are tools that can be reached here in our toolbar, but it's useful to know that they're in the Edit menu as well. View. Of interest here is the zoom commands. We'll be talking about those specifically. And then we have our tool pull-down menus here. Surface, curve, solid, transform. These feature a lot of tools that can be found in the toolbar here, but some of which cannot be. All of these things we're going to be touching on specifically. And of course our dimension menu, our analyze menu, the render menu, which is important. This is where we're going to be dealing with some of our render options and render issues that we're going to touch on later. And of course, render is also found over here. This blue sphere is our render settings button. And then help.